provide them a bed and a bathroom. While this is going on, there's a couple of things that has to happen to violate someone. If you really want to drive the people, go back to the days of Nauvoo. If you want the saints to just get discouraged and move out of Nauvoo, first you had to get Boggs to issue an extermination order. Basically, give people the right to shoot you, I guess. But there's more to that, to drive them out. You have to violate everything that you can think of about them. Violate themselves by jerking pubic hair out of all the men without a warrant. Says that drawn out right by the judge. Do that, bust their temples down, but then what you got to do is you got to bring all your cadaver dogs in and tear every flower garden clear to shreds on the ranch, and bring in Scooby and all these dogs they have in the reports now, and went through every grave on the farm to ultimately give you that feeling of desecration under the guise of, well, we were just trying to find where they were killing all the boy babies. On top of this, while this is happening at the Coliseum, this is where it even goes to a step beyond. Instead of letting someone like myself, my first introduction at Fort Concho is driving up with a caseworker. I get this phone call on my cell, and they say, can you, and I'm looking at it, and it has this Texas number. And I'm waiting for it answered, and I hear a whisper. It's my little sister. And she says, I need your help. And if you knew my sister, she's tougher than boiled nails. She doesn't need help from anybody. And so I take her call, find out what her needs are. I call my mother. She produces a suitcase for my little sister and her 3 little boys. That's all she has. She doesn't have any girls. I have them in my pickup. And she says there's no restrooms here and I need some clothes because we haven't been able to get to the restrooms. And my children all need clothes. I drive up to Fort Concho. Didn't realize this till the 1-year anniversary. Standing there, I drive up, just have clothes for my sister. They run my license plate. They ordered me out of the vehicle at gunpoint. They handcuffed me. More guns, more officers. This is way after they had already taken the children. This is my introduction from Utah. Been on Mojave County Search and Rescue for 15 years. Had a great relationship with law enforcement. Worked side by side with them as long as it's pulling dead people out of the Grand Canyon out of a plane wreck or finding lost people on the Arizona Strip. I haven't had any bad experience down there with them. This is how I'm greeted in Texas. So I'm laying there and the ultimate resolution, which I'm grateful for the experience, was looking up at a wall of little faces over the fence. And these wall of mothers looking at, this was supposed to be the guy that was going to help us? We sat there for several hours. They then gave me the ultimatum. If you come here again, you will be arrested for criminal intervention, breaking the peace, 4 or 5 other threats that I was told. I said, can you just give, I'll leave, but will you please give the clothes? She's never seen those clothes to this day. When I was leaving to go there was many other suitcases of clothes in my truck. Those clothes have never been given to them, never been returned. There's never been a cell phone, a computer, a sacred book. There hasn't been one article since this raid took place ever returned to one member of this community. They've lost it all. And as we sit here today, this is an active situation. Can anyone answer how you are cleared? Your name is cleared of criminal behavior, but yet you can still have your computer and everything about you stolen. They talk about the underage deal. It would be equivalent to having an officer pull you over and say, I want to see your driver's license. You show it to them. I want to see you prove your age. And there's this poor lady. She's 28 years old. They're putting her on a bus and taking her away because she's a disputed minor. She says, no, I have a birth certificate. I have a driver's license. Produce them. She does. She hands it to them. Somebody else comes over and says, get on the bus. Well, they took my license. They took all my stuff. So it's equivalent to an officer pulling you over, taking your driver's license, putting it in his pocket, and then say you can leave as soon as you have a license. We'll let you out of the shelter as soon as you can prove who you are, but we just took your proof. We took everything about you. We went into your house and we raided your safe. We raided everything we could find. But here's the problem. This little video we watched here, the lady pulls out a home video camera. They were told in the briefing the FLDS isn't into electronics. They don't use computers. They don't have phones. They don't have cameras. Very illiterate people. Really stupid. They don't even hardly go to school. Barely can read and write. They're just raised up for slave labor. This isn't what they expected. So he's reporting back, says, hey, we got a problem. These guys got cameras everywhere. And we got big problems. So you know what the order was? Take every camera you can get your hands on. If it was legit, why would they need to take the cameras? So the ironic part of this video is, I get there, and these poor mothers have done everything they could to hide these tapes. This video that you watched here was hidden in a diaper. The camera was taken. No photos that you saw here today, do we have those cameras. I was given a little sack of stuff, and it was every chip you can from every camera, video camera, and when you go into a town, some of them were very outdated, some of them were new, but there was not the camera there, it was just a card. So they would eject the cards when they realized they were confiscating the cameras. Otherwise, we would see nothing from our side. That was their goal. And if you go look at the early part of the raid, they're holding up the sheets from law officer to law officer all the way down while the children are loaded on the bus. The question I've always asked is, who are they trying to hide in those pictures? Are they trying to protect us or them with those blankets? So they order them out. So the video and this information, we still have videotapes to this day. We haven't been able to get players that will actually play those videos. So we still have tape or footage that's never before been seen. We're waiting to find a manufacturer that can play that data. When this thing is